Hello. So today this video is about Ishtar's wartime ceremony during times of peace. There was a ceremony that Ishtar did every night in the temple, every night during times of peace, or at least not so much war. And that was done every night. But when there were times of turmoil and wars, it's a different ceremony. And today I'm going to show you what this ceremony was all about with original items. This was done every night, like I said, and lots of people would attend, and I will explain why later, why it's important. So the ceremony started as usual with some prayers, some people talking, saying whatever they wanted about the war or about this, whatever they wanted. You were allowed to go up to the altar and talk to everybody, words of wisdom, tell stories. And then, well, first would be the prayers by Ishtar. And then, after everybody was done talking, the ceremony would start. Now, the ceremony started by pouring some elements into a vase. Some of these elements were from Jupiter, others from Earth. There was sand from Jupiter, other materials, organic materials, even mud coming from somewhere in the Himalayas. All kinds of things would go inside this. This is an original, which is rare, and you'll understand why it's so rare, because all the other ones destroyed. This is one of the originals. There were hundreds of these in a house behind the temple, like a warehouse. They kept all the materials and everything. There was hundreds of these, and this is one that survived. Now, here's an example of the kind of stuff that was poured into that. There's some stuff that's original too. Add some stuff here too. This is original, survived. Some of this you can find on Earth, others you can't. It's a mix. This survived. So this would go inside this container. And then other herbs, incense, those kind of things were put inside there. And then Ishtar would she's doing that and saying her prayers. And then Ishtar would put a stick with fire inside, and things start burning inside. But the sand and all the sand and the mud, that would be till about here. And then the rest would be incense and herbs and all kinds of that kind of stuff. I don't know what it was. I should lit things on fire and put a lid in here for about 1 or 2 minutes. And then a kid would put this on his head, would take the lid off, and the kid would put this on the head, small kid, while the smoke is coming out. And the kid and Ishtar would go row by row around the temple, and she would use this. This is also an original. To go like this, so that the smoke would spread all over the temple. The kid would be walking in front of Ishtar, and she would go like this, saying some words, prayers. Only she knew, and the other priestesses go like this. This is what she used. Her hands were actually here on this thing. Sulos marks X's and all kinds of Azazel symbols, all kinds of symbols from the brothers and the Anunnaki and the Karishus, all kinds of stuff. So she used this to go like this. The smoke would go all over the place. Then, once everything was burnt, ran out of smoke, she would grab this and dump everything on a table. All the grass and the sand and all the materials on a table. One spoon, just one spoon of that material, spoon, and put inside this. This is also original. Just inside here. And then should grind it, but not at a time, should grind it later. And you see inside, I don't know if you can see inside, it's all white because of all the grinding and grinding and grinding. Should put one spoon. The rest, so 98% of it, of what was left, a guy would come and take it away. That material he would melt and make, you'll get a small bar out of it, like a small piece of Lego with those maybe eight spots, those tiny ones. You'd maybe, after you melt it, a little block from all that material, a little block. When he had enough of those blocks, you'd melt them all together and make a weapon. This is an original too. This one has been through a lot. It's even crooked. A lot of heat it got already. And by the way, this is not rust. Rust is here only superficial. This is something else, but that's another story. So this is an original. The guy, it would take a long time. All those little blocks that you melt, then you'll make this. Now this can be used in two ways. When it was sharp, this was sharper of course, as a sword, and this is heavy as hell, by the way. Takes a strong man like me. This could be used as a sword, or my favorite, which I don't have, but maybe one day I will. We'll see. Which is, it was this big pole, like a broomstick, but much bigger. And this here, all the way up to about here, but this is very important, go inside and lock it inside. So now you have something about 4 times this long. That pole was not done in the temple. That was a weapon. With it, you could shoot through this too. It was just not a sword anymore. You could shoot it by using this steel, not any steel. This stuff. It's not steel, it's whatever it is from the melting and sand and all that stuff. So this would go in, and then with the pole you could shoot it. Or you can use it as a sword. So this one of the reasons. So this was made from Ishtar's prayers and work. That's why sometimes on the statues and drawings of Ishtar, you see her like this and with a lion, because she didn't make it. The other guy did, but the other guy only made this because of her work. And that's why sometimes you see Ishtar, goddess of war, with this thing and a lion or whatever. That's why, because she was behind this, doing all this kind of stuff. Of course, these were rare. It was not for everybody fighting, it was just for a few. Because it takes a lot of work, a lot of time to come up with this. Now, so that would go there and to the guy to make. the stuff, the spoonful that she would put in here and smash and smash and smash until it became a like powder. She would pour it into a bigger container. This after pour into a bigger container. Next day, another one. Do the same thing. Pour it in the big. About, at the time, 5-6 years, the goddess would visit Earth and go there to Sumer and other places, and she would bless herself, the goddess blessing all the stuff that was in container that Ishtar blessed and did all the things and turned into powder, a big amount, and the goddess would bless that. That material, that powder, usually not much bigger than a bag, after 5-6 years, bag, that substance would be then sent around the world to different people. Whomever ate that substance would not get sick again, ever. They would die from old age. That's one of the reasons, if you think, you go check your history books and everything, they say, oh, back in the days, life average 22 years old. Oh, then but then a few hundred years later, was 1,000 years later, was a life average, a life expectancy 31 or 28. Yet go through history and see how many old people exist. It's almost all of them. It was not, the life expectancy was not that low at 20. It's insane. But I'm showing you this because if you know, study your history, but without the brainwashing that they gave you. They'll tell you, oh, 2,000 years ago, 3,000, everybody was dying at 21, 22. Check it out. Yet we have old men like Socrates, old as hell, throughout history. Middle Ages, life expectancy 31. Really? Look at all the painters and the philosophers and everybody and writers, old as hell. Not sick. Old and keep on writing and doing their philosophy thing and curing people and doing whatever. They're old. From Socrates to Da Vinci to so many. All the philosophers of Greece. Do they look like 20-year-old models to you? Think. So they would receive, some people, not all, very small amounts. Whoever gets it does not die from disease. If you already have a disease, it won't cure you, but will not give you new ones. You'll die from old age. Some bodies die younger, some bodies die older, but they will die from old age. Not when you're 20 or something like that. So that's what happened. What else happened? The ceremony. Ishtar, after she took this away, right? She would grab this, put it on a table, get a big hammer, and boom, 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 until she had like 100 or whatever it come out. Pieces, small pieces. And then she would put a curtain in front of it, between this and the public, the people are there, there'll be a curtain with just a little crack here, an opening. What would happen? People would come from the audience. The person that arrived first to the temple would be the first one to go there. Put the hand through the sheet and was not there looking around. No, 2 fingers and grab first piece that could feel and take out. Second person, third person, fourth person, until there was no more pieces. What do they use these pieces for? All kinds of stuff. Some would put them outside for protection, outside their houses. They plastered it to the wall. Others put inside the house, in rooms. Others would go there so many times they would turn all the pieces into mush, make a plaster, and make art, statues from it, because it's holy art, because it came from the temple, from Ishtar, so they would go there for that. But there is a reason why the attendance was higher than the usual during war times. Because Ishtar would put among all the little tiny pieces that were there on the table from this, all the 100 or 200 or whatever was there, she would put something else in there, which is these little medallions, which I only got 2 left. I don't know many out there, but not many. These medallions here. These were made by a guy with little fingers and a lot of patience. Handmade. This is the goddess. Symbolizes the goddess. See now. For my people on G+, I'll take photos of this and publish it tomorrow or something, so they can see all the details and everything. So should put 1, not 2, 1, mixed with the small pieces. And this is why this is so rare, because each one would be destroyed. Each one was destroyed at the end of the ceremony, in the middle of the ceremony. So to get one of these, it's very rare, because I don't even know how this survived. But we have them. 2 or 3, I think, I'm not sure. So she would put, among all the little pieces of this, she would put one of these. Symbolizes the goddess. These were blessed by Ishtar before the ceremony. She put one there. Whomever had the luck to grab it, when I put the hand through the thing, whomever had the luck to grab could bring whatever, their son or son-in-law or daughter, whomever was fighting in the war, bring him back and will not fight again. That was the blessing. 1 per day. During war, 1 per day was saved. This is why this was so many people go there, because they wanted to see their kids again. And most of the times they'll come and then they'll leave again to war, for war. Nobody will stay home. But if they wanted, they could stay home, go farming, do whatever you want. And this was the blessing of the goddess. Every day I save 1. 10,000 can die, but I will save 1. 10,000 can die fighting. We have to fight, you have to fight. But every day I'll save 1. And this was it during war times. So a lot of people were there trying, hoping they could get one of these. And only 1 per day. So, I had a few more things to say about this, but I'm tired and I want to do something else, because I'm behind a bunch of stuff. So, this was Ishtar's wartime ceremony. And there's a peacetime ceremony too, but maybe one day I'll tell you, but that's more about praying and stuff, just other stuff. So, cheers, hope you liked it. If you didn't, it's none of my business.